Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Welcome to week 10 of my new video series, Jack of All Trades. Now, in this series, I'm going to drive a different car every single week over the iRacing season, and at the end, see if I'm in a net iRating gain or a net iRating loss. And this week, we are driving at the Nordschleife in the GT1s. Now, I would have driven the Ringmeister series this week anyway, but why not kill two birds with one fish? Because this is probably my best place to gain iRating this week. Now, if you're new to the challenge, I'll very quickly bring you up to speed on the self-imposed rules. Now, the race that you're going to see is my first sim race of the week. I'm not allowed to do any warm-up races, but I am allowed to practice. And to give myself the best chance of getting iRating, I am going to qualify for these races. But the race that you see will count, as long as I don't get a meatball. If I can finish the race, it's going to count. So if I spin, crash, get damage, end up all the way at the back, that result's going to stand. But before we jump into the race, I want to say thank you to the video sponsor, PC Specialist. If you're in the market for a pre-built computer system, please check out the link to PC Specialist down below in the description. I've been running a PC Specialist PC for a few months now, and my gameplay has never looked as good, and my recordings have never been as smooth. As a content creator, it's imperative that when I turn on my PC, everything just works. So check out the link down below in the description and use the code DC24 for £30 off your order. So genuinely, if you're in the market for a computer system, check out the link down below. My stuff has never looked as good. iRacing, Euro Truck Simulator, Assetto Corsa, it all looks stunning. And I'm running it 4K and getting a solid 120 frames a second. So on with the race. For this one, we've qualified P2 and everybody's driving the Aston Martin, which is the best car. But of course, we're not going to do that. We're going to drive the other GT1, the Corvette, which is much slower, but it's a big V8. Who doesn't love a big V8? So 3 laps around the Nordschleife in the Corvette, starting P2. Let's get on track.
Rolling start, get ready. Stay in the pole row in the left column.
Here we go. Right. Nordschleife GT1s.
Safety car speed
This is going to be tough.
85 kilometers per hour.
Now, I've done a bit of practice in the Aston Martin. I did a bit of practice in the Corvette. The Aston Martin, definitely easier to drive. Pace-wise, they're not a million miles away when you get used to them. But I think I've managed to do 1-2 laps without dying, one of which was the qualifying lap. We did a 6:19.249. A second almost slower than Ismail in front. But I think we can definitely go quicker. It wasn't the best lap, but we just want to survive.
Okay, Dave, get ready. Floor 8.
It's a tricky car to drive, the Corvette. Really tricky. We've got a lift in the Corvette where I didn't have to lift in the Aston.
Okay, let's find a good rhythm. Make some places.
One of the places is here on this double right. In the Aston, it was pretty much flat out. Here, it's a big lift. So we're nearly out of draft already. But I would take P2. It's all about the points. The iRacing points. Ismail was a bit close to the grass there, wasn't he? But the guy behind, Stephen, he was only a second or so behind us. So it's going to be difficult to get rid of him. Ismail's pushing, trying to get away.
Good aid. Keep behind you.
But I noticed most people were driving the Aston Martin, so there was never any chance that I was going to drive the car that everybody else is driving. I hope the sun comes out because it's a bit gloomy right now.
The gap to car
Looks like
number
the sun
2
might come out
ahead
though.
is now 0.7.
I thought that the Corvette was stronger going up the hill here. Just the gearing seemed a bit better. Let's see if we're closing down going up here. That'll tell us. Not much. Got draft. Yeah, so it's probably just me. It was bad round the carousel. I know that much. Wants to take it nice and slow. Didn't look any worse than the Aston there though.
The gap behind is now 0.7.
Was bad. Yeah, lost out massively there. Really easy to make a mistake in these cars though. So we'll just keep pushing. Yeah, he's pulled out more of a gap there now. Let's see what the speed difference is on the straight though. Yeah, second half of the lap, it doesn't feel good. So 1.5 the gap. I don't know what the draft range is in these cars. Stephen will no doubt catch us up. He should be in draft. Pretty evenly matched. Nobody's gaining on anybody, or Stephen's just gained a 10th there. And we've gained a 10th on Ismail.
Two laps left. We're on for a podium here. Only 2 laps of fuel left. The gap behind is now 1.2.
So we need to remember the main objective here, which is to finish and bag some iRacing. And not push too much and die. Almost got Stephen out of draft. Ismail's pulling away. I'm just not brave enough in this car. Yeah, I need more practice. Just not brave enough.
Gap to car number 6, behind is now 1.3. Okay Dave, the pit window is now open.
What do you mean?
Is now 1.8 seconds. We'll need to pit for fuel by lap 2.
Jim, put down the crock pipe. We'll just keep the pressure on. We're not close enough to turn the screw though. Stephen's dropped right off now, thankfully. Oh, it's wide. Terrible, David. It takes a totally different line to me through there. I don't know if there's going to be any salt, but we'll turn the chat on just in case.
The active car number 2 in front is now 2.0 seconds.
Power killer so hard.
Oh, I thought it was going to be an off track. Oh, curb. He can take his foot off the gas literally now and just chill. Is everybody all right? It's so easy to make a mistake though, so it's not over. We'll keep on going because it can happen in a split second here at the Nordschleife. Now this would be a good opportunity to answer another question, and it was on the back of the other one really. Somebody asked how if this is my full-time job, I'll mute that for now. If this is my full-time job, how did I get into creating content? Well, I wouldn't call it a job, but this is what I do. And I have been for maybe a couple of years now. So how did I get into it? Well, not intentionally.
Keep it together. We'll be on the
I've
podium.
never got into
That's halfway.
creating content
One laps of fuel remaining.
to get subscribers or money or anything like that. It was pretty much by accident really. So my son, who's now 19, he wanted to start streaming. He was about 11 years old. Some of his friends were doing it at school. So as a bit of a father-son project type thing, and so I could keep an eye on what he was doing and manage it all, we both started a YouTube channel. I says, I'll start one as well, son. And I thought we'll do it together. And I started to get some subscribers and James, my son, didn't. He got a few, but mine took off, more than what James's did. And I kind of enjoyed, I was streaming a lot at the time, because I was working shifts. So I had, quite a bit of free time when everybody was at work and I was on night shift, or when I was days off during the week, other people were at work. I had a bit of free time. So I started streaming and really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the crack.
2 ahead is now 3.4 seconds.
It was like something new, I'd never done it before, so I was like learning a new skill as it were. New skills, editing, streaming, computers, everything that goes with it. So then my channel kind of bubbled away for a little while and I didn't have massive amounts of subscribers, which was fine. Like I said, I've never got into it to get subs or anything like that. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would be sitting where I am now on close to 100,000 subscribers, which is mental. I mean, somebody actually said that to me, like, I think I had about 10,000 subs or something like that, and somebody says, we'll see you again at 100,000, and I was like, replied in the comments, like, laughing, yeah, whatever, like, never ever thinking in a million years that we would be close to it. And there was one video that kind of, was it COVID time or pre-COVID? Whenever the Formula Renault 3.5 was released, that build on iRacing,
Ahead is now 3.5.
I did one race at Imola. You'll be able to find it on the channel. I live streamed it. I think the live stream VOD is on YouTube. So I live streamed it, Formula Renault 3.5, and I won't spoil the result, but it was a good little race, my first ever race in that car. But that video obviously triggered something in the algorithm on YouTube, and from that point I started to gain subscribers. It was that one video, and I remember it quite well because I thought, where's all these people coming from? Why are people subscribing and all that kind of stuff? I couldn't believe it. So my channel the growth has been quite organic, quite natural. I'm very proud of being able to do it that way. I've never, not once, jumped on anybody else's bandwagon, and I refuse to do so, which is why I've never partaken in like endurance races with other content creators or like Christmas streams and all that, because I don't want to jump on anybody's bandwagon. I want to get I want the people that subscribe to me for me, and they found me and thought, and watched something and thought, oh, hang on, Dave's worth watching. I like the cut of his jib. I like his style for whatever reason. I don't just want somebody else's subscribers to subscribe to me. I don't want pity subscribers, if that makes sense. I want people that enjoy my content. And if they do, then I can put out the content that I enjoy doing, because it's very important when you start creating content that you are authentic. You are who you are. Don't ever try and be somebody that you're not, because eventually that mask will fall and people will see the true you. And if not, you'll probably drive yourself absolutely insane trying to be somebody that you're not. Stop talking, Dave. Yeah, trying to be somebody that you're not. So it's very important when you start creating content that you're you. Because believe it or not, this boring, bald northern chap is exactly the same if we were in my living room having a cup of tea. Anybody that's met me at the Simmering Expo will probably tell you that, or I hope they would. I'm no different out of the Simmering, which is really, really important. Ismail's talking there, I don't know what he's saying, didn't have chat on. Probably saying what you're doing all the way back there, Dave. But that's alright, so that hopefully answers that follow-up question. It's taken me nearly a full lap to answer that. But we'll take P2. It was all about scoring points. And I think we'll have done that, finishing P2. Hopefully, anyway.
That's the end of the session.
Let's have a look at the carnage. See if there was any. Right, let's have a look and see if there was in fact any carnage. And this carnage reel is powered by PC Specialist. Don't forget to check out the link down below in the description. If you want a cheeky £30 off your order, use the code DC24. Right, on with the carnage. That's it. Race over before it's even begun. Oh my word. People not slowing down. That's the issue. Oh, I nearly saved it. Yeah, it wasn't saving that. Oh, it popped out. Goodbye, my friend. Could have been worse. That's not getting stopped. He did. Oh, 50-50. Curtains. Oh, just about kept out of the barrier though. And that's it. Blimey, that's the shortest Nordschleifer carnage reel ever. Right, let's have a look at the results. So there were two splits for this race. This was the top split. The strength of field was 2,869. Would you look at that? We went double green. We gained 0.17 on our safety rating and we gained 42 iRacing. So Ismail got the win. We got P2 and Jinyan P3. We were car number 1, started P2. Our fastest lap, 6:17 flat. That's pretty much as good as I'm going to do in the vet. And we had 0 instant points. So who was the biggest winner? It's going to be Alexander, who finished P5. He gained 59. And the biggest loser is going to be Lucas, who disconnected 3 laps down. He was one of the guys that got caught up at the start. He lost 86. So there we go. Start P2, finish P2. This was all about just getting some iRating. For me to get really competent in this car, I would have had to do maybe 10, 15, 20 laps. I did a 17 flat in the Corvette. After a couple of laps in the Aston, I was doing a 17.1. So if you are going to do this combo, the Aston's definitely the better car, much easier to drive. But we gained safety rating and we gained 42 iRating. So that takes our total now, after 10 weeks, to plus 272. It's looking like this challenge could be a success, but there are a couple of stinkers left to drive. This week, it was either this or the Global Mazda, and we know what the Global Mazda is like. It's a bit of a roll of a dice whether you actually finish. So if you did like the video, please remember, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers.